We'll talk about that.
It's quite poor. Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Ian. The channel's all about music and arts, and I run a record label called Sinners Music. And we have just released a series of short stories which have been put to music by myself.
On a grey day, we set sail from Murmansk on the international research vessel Salvo, passing rows of container cranes as the hulks of decommissioned icebreakers, our worn-out predecessors, doomed to rust. We numbered 75 Coast Guard crew and 43 scientists. For most on board, it was just another job, and we entered the barren sea on course for the Arctic Ocean with no great trepidation about what lay ahead, no sense of approaching disaster. Not of the unexpected kind, anyway.
And one of the things that I have been asked is, could I spend some time explaining how I made the music to go with the short stories. And I did actually record these short stories. The album is called An Endless Sky. It's linked down below on, and it's available on our Bandcamp. And it's currently, as of now, which is the 2nd of March 2025, it's on special offer at £4 and not the normal price of £7. So it's a double album with another album, a bonus album of instrumental music that I made for these short stories. So what I'm going to do is I recorded some footage, probably about 4 years ago, really, when I first started working on these short stories. They're all written, there's 5 of them. Each one of them is written by a different author, and each one of them is narrated by a different voice actor. And I recorded how I made one of the soundtracks to that, and that was The Blind Queen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to that footage of me doing that. I hope you enjoy it. The video could be quite long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it into 2 or 3 episodes. So this is episode 1 of however many I make. I'm going to keep them reasonably short, no more than sort of, so we say 15 minutes, something like that, but you'll get a feel for them. So thanks very much and enjoy. Hello, and in this video I thought I would share with you how I prepare and compose An Endless Sky. Lost transmissions from strange realities, strange and beautiful short fiction meets immersive sound design. The process of this is, and I have free reign as to what I actually do from a sound design point of view or from a composition point of view. David will send me a WAV file with the story in its entirety. Now the stories are usually about 15-20 minutes, that sort of length, and I do sort of chop them up a bit in terms of for the pacing. And I particularly want to talk about the one that I'm currently working on, which is called The Blind Queen. So this story is written by a York author called Alex King, and the first thing I noticed about it, it was a stereo file with the narration only on one track, on one side, and also it was actually really quite quiet. So the first thing I did was turn that stereo file into a mono file, and I do that in Reaper. I tend to, because I work in Reaper so much quicker than anything else, I do all of these projects in Reaper. So this was sent to me, and here is my Reaper project now. So here is the file that David sent, which was The Blind Queen, and I have put on it, I have put one knob louder, and if you see that I've actually turned it right up to 9 to actually be able to get a decent sort of sound level out of it. And then what I did do is I listened to the track a few times, and then decided how I wanted to proceed with actually the music, whether I wanted to start from scratch. The last one that I did, I actually played, I listened to the soundtrack and then played along with it, and then edited. I did a couple of passes of that. It was very, very sort of rhythmic orientated.
One step inside and Amy knew there was something she'd forgotten. She heaved her rucksack over the threshold and counted the carrier bags she'd lugged up from the co-op in town. 4, which was right. There might not be enough wine though.
So I actually did a couple of passes and then started to edit those files together. This time what I've decided to do is, I already, having listened to it, because it's about a queen, I wanted it to sort of have a sort of slightly wonky, regal feel to it. So, and what I'd done is I'd done some a piece of music. In fact, I'll play the piece of music. That's probably the easiest thing to do. So if I just sample, so if I play you a little bit of, just turn this up so you can hear it. So here is a little bit of the actual.
Up ahead, in the mouth of a collapsed tunnel, things circled in the air. Pushing the queen inside and kicking rubble to make space for a small fire, he sat on his haunches and struck at his flip.
So there we have a little bit of the queen. The first thing I did was I had this file, and it sounds like. So it has this sort of slightly, it's a stretched file, and it's a piece. It's one of my songs that has been stretched to about, I think it's about 2 hours in total. Is the total length of the file. So it's been stretched quite a bit to give it this sort of ethereal sort of effect. But and I lived with that for a while. So what I've done is I only ended up using almost like the same section over and over again behind the actual narration. Yeah, so it's currently sitting at about 21 minutes, and I have sort of chopped this up. I need the backing track editing to actually. I need to edit some volume sweeps in and out. But I haven't done any of that sort of stuff at the moment. I'm just getting the fundamental sounds that I'm happy with. The other sound that I've gone with is I, with my Linstrument, did an improvisation using what would be considered to be pedaled down Bosendorf piano. So I've taken that file, chopped it up, and started to put it in certain places. So it currently sort of works like this.